picture of your... What do you mean by good blood?
Her blood.
Her name is good.
Her name is good.
Her last name
The lady
is
who was
good.
killed, her name was good.
Because I'm thinking about good or bad. And bad there.
That's her name.
Say her
Her
name.
blood is on his hand.
Her name is good. I got you.
Voice of my great-granddaughter. Saying free all people now. Saying free all people now. People gonna rise like the water. People gonna rise like the water. We're gonna shut this system down. We're gonna shut this system down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. Saying free all people now. Saying free all people now. All right, choir, you sound pretty good tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause. We are waiting on our sound system. Fear not, it will come soon. Sound system delayed is not sound system denied. It is on its way, but I invite you to scoot in a little bit closer. If you're on the edge of being able to hear us, we have a few more candles up here, as well as pictures of people murdered by ICE. If a few volunteers want to come sit here and hold those signs, we're going to get started in about 5 minutes. Right over there. Solid as a rock, solid as a rock, solid as a rock, rooted like a tree, rooted like a tree. We are here, standing tall, in our rightful place, solid as a rock, rooted like a tree, We are here, are here, standing tall, in our rightful place. One more time. Solid as a rock, rooted like a tree. We are here, standing tall, in our rightful place. All right, give yourselves another round of applause. I'm still vamping, waiting for the sound system, but fear not. Thank you all so much for being here. I want you to turn to the person to your right and introduce yourself right now.
Yeah, this is Renee. Renee, good. Yes.
Rooted like a tree. We are here. Standing tall. In our rightful place. Solid as a rock. Rooted like a tree. We are here. Standing tall. In our rightful place. Solid as a rock. Rooted like a tree. We are here. Standing tall. In our rightful place. My name is the Reverend Jay Bergen. I used to stay in them. I'm the pastor of Germantown Mennonite Church, but more importantly tonight, I'm a resident of Philadelphia. I'm a naturalized U.S. citizen. And I'm a volunteer with No Ice Philly. And most important of all, I am a human being. I am here because I am tired of watching armed state actors murder people. Whether it is murdering people in ICE detention, murdering people on the streets, murdering people in prisons, murdering people by deporting them. I am tired of state murder. As a Christian, as a person of faith and conscience, I stand opposed to any injustice, any time that violence is used, any violence used to oppress people, to tear us apart. And so I'm here because my heart is breaking. I'm here because ICE decided they can kill people just for trying to document, just for being present on the street. And that is impunity. I don't necessarily want to open this way. I'm going to say this. That is impunity that we have given them. Because we have not yet stood up in large enough groups and non-cooperative and bold enough ways to shut down this system. And I know that the crowd gathered here tonight is just a tiny, tiny piece of the hundreds of thousands of people in Philadelphia who are fed up with how this government is operating. Amen. With the ways in which they are terrorizing our neighbors, our families, our communities, and we are not going to put up with it any longer. So we have a broad coalition of organizations that have come together tonight, and what I want to say at the outset is that if you come here as an individual, if you are not yet organized into a community, if you are not yet working with your neighbors, that's okay. That starts tonight. So I want you to turn to that person you introduced yourself to and just for a second say, hey neighbor, I've got your back. Say, hey neighbor, I will love and protect you. All right. Yeah. For our sound system. All right. take a deep breath in. If you're on your phone right now, as I sort of am, take a second and look around at the people around you. Ground yourself in the power of gathering together in community. Take a second to appreciate every face here. We are far stronger together than we ever can be apart.
Yep.
Thank you all for being here tonight. All right. I'm going to invite up our first speaker tonight. So I want you to join me in giving them a round of applause.
If you don't want your face, you can cover it.
Our first speaker is Advocacy, who serves as the Executive Director of Puntos, one of the most powerful and prophetic immigrant rights organizations in our city and around the country.
Okay, I'm going to speak in Spanish though. Pues buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Gualupe. Soy migrante de México.
people behind closed doors and out of the sight of cameras. La presencia de la migra en Filadelfia y en cualquier otro lugar constituye una ocupación y una amenaza para todos nosotros. Permitir que ese sistema continúe sin resistencia y sin exigir su abolición inmediata es un fracaso moral que la historia juzgará con severidad. ISIS presence in Philadelphia and anywhere else is an occupation and a threat to us all. To allow this system to continue without resistance and without calling for its immediate abolition is a moral failure, one that history will judge harshly. Ya hemos acabado con sistemas opresivos antes. La migra no existía cuando yo era niña. Creo firmemente que dejará de existir. Y creo en lo que nuestras comunidades pueden lograr cuando luchamos juntos. We have ended oppressive systems before. ICE did not exist when I was a child. I believe it will not exist again. I believe in what our communities can build when we fight together. I'm going to end with a chant. In Spanish is chinga la migra. And in English, say it with me, fuck ICE! Chinga la migra! 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 Chinga la migra!
Folks out there who are on the edge of your comfort zone swearing, as a pastor, I get you, I see you, and I want to say sometimes we have to condemn what needs to be condemned, and sometimes what needs to be said from the bottom of our souls is fuck ICE. That's enough for me. I want to invite up Elena Emochan-Bruner, who's the immigrant rights organizer at Asian Americans United. That wasn't a good round of applause. You could do better than that. Let's hear it.
Also, shout out to Juntos. And they are also the ones who are leading a lot of the rapid response networks across the city. They need that support right now. Okay. Also, Erika and one more. Pretty much covered a lot. So, they got it. But I'm going to upload some of the other things. And also some of the things that they said. So my name is Elena Emochan-Bruner. I am representing Asian Americans United, along with all these lovely people. And we are representing some of the communities we come from, were raised by, loved by, and continue to support. I am here because a woman, Renee Good, was shot in the face and killed by ICE in front of her wife while driving away. She was defending homes and families. being the kind of neighbor every one of us would be lucky to have. The agent who shot her was able to simply turn his back and walk away. He was shielded by fellow officers and agents who wouldn't even let a doctor on the scene reach her. This is not the only death ICE is responsible for this year and in 2025. In 2025 alone, ICE is responsible for 32 known deaths, but we know that number is much more. Keith Porter, who was shot by an off-duty ICE agent on New Year's Eve. 3 recent deaths in our local detention centers, Moshannon Valley and Delaney Hall. And people like those in my Kalmyk community who are literally facing persecution when denied ICE asylum protections in the United States. And ICE and our administration are not only okay with that, but they play an active role. Also, shout out to Sam. ICE is functioning exactly as designed. We know that terror from the state allowed against one eventually reaches all. The state agents quick to use violence and death have been a tactic used throughout history and is absolutely the foundation of rogue agencies like ICE that operate as domestic terrorists. Cruelty has always been the point and has always been for profit. Billionaires and the government work hand in hand to uphold their wealth and power by making us targets, by scapegoating immigrants, labeling people as terrorists, criminals, and weaponizing race, to distract us from class solidarity and from realizing our needs are continuously unmet. So today, we say ICE is the real threat. ICE is the real terrorist. ICE is the real criminal. These agencies cannot be reformed. They must be abolished. And we call on our city leadership, demand that ICE leave our cities. We continue to protect our neighbors, and we continue to protect our communities.
Let's give another round of applause to everyone for being All right. We know that ICE did not start this violence just a year ago. That this is, well, it is a newish organization. Their terror is not new. But we also know that our resistance is not new. And I see so many familiar faces here. People who have been active in the resistance for years beyond that. So if you've been involved in rapid response groups to ICE, can I hear a round of applause? If you've gone to a training about keeping your workplace safe, your coworkers safe, your family safe, a Know Your Rights training, can I hear a round of applause? If you've taken action in the streets, if you've shown up at the Love Statue with New Sanctuary Movement, or out here, or at the ICE office making noise and praying, can I hear from you right now? And if this is the first thing that you have done, and you want to commit to doing more right now, can I hear from you right now? So going around the crowd, there's more of you than there might have been pieces of paper, but we're handing out next steps. I want to tell you about some next steps that you can take right now. If you are a morning person, next Monday, 6:30 a.m. outside the ICE office. No ICE is bringing some noise every Monday morning outside that ICE office. So show up, bring a noisemaker, bring a drum, bring your voice, bring that pot you don't mind, it gets a little bit bent, and make some noise outside the ICE office next Monday morning. And if you are a praying person, and you can be a noise-making person and a praying person, you can do both. But if you're also a praying person, you can join New Sanctuary Movement outside the ICE office every Wednesday at noon to pray with their clergy, with their community members, to transform that space, to bring some healing to the folks who are going into check-ins. That's at the ICE office. God believes the ICE office is at 8th and Cherry. And finally, if you're looking to plug into more campaigns, take more action, next Tuesday evening, is that right? Next Monday evening, 6 p.m. at FACTS Charter School, Asian Americans United has their volunteer orientation. And then on Wednesday, January 21st, at the Friends Center just down the street, No Ice Philly is going to have our general meeting as we continue to organize to kick ICE out of Philadelphia. But I don't want to lose sight of the fact that we are here not just to take action, not just to express our anger, but also to express our grief, to also let our hearts break together. And so to read some of the names and to share a little bit more, I'm going to invite up Anika Raihan, who is a lawyer and a volunteer with No Ice Philly. Let's give Anika a round of applause.
Renee Good was 37 years old when she was murdered by ICE. Henry Guillen was 29. Sarawit Dejane, 45. Maxim Cherniak, 44. Juan Tineo Martinez, 44. Brian Garzon Rayo, 27. Nan Win, 55. Marie Blaze, 44. Abelardo Delgado, 68. Jesus Molina Vea, 45. Johnny Noviello, 49. Isidro Perez, 75. Tien Xuan Fan, 55. Chao Feng Gay, 32. Lorenzo Antonio Batrez Vargas, 32. Oscar Duarte, 58. Santos Vanegas Reyes, 42. Ismael Ayala Uribe, 39. Norlan Guzman Fuentes, 37. Miguel Angel Garcia Medina, 31. Hua Bing Zi, whose age we do not know. Leo Cruz Silva, 34. Hassan Ali Saleh, 67. Josue Rivera, 25. Gabriel Aviles, 54. Kai Yen Wong, 63. Francisco Gaspar Andres, 48. Pete Sumalo Montejo, 72. Shiraz Fatahali Satwani, 48. Jean Wilson Brutus, 41. Sheikh Fuad Saeed Abdul Kadir, 46. Delvin Rodriguez, 39. Nenko Ganchev, 56. Silverio Gonzalez, 38. And Renee Good, 37. These are just some of the people whose lives have been stolen by ICE violence since the start of this administration. This list does not include people like Jimmy Al Daoud, who died of diabetes-related complications after being deported to a country where he had never been, where he did not speak the language, and where he had no one to turn to. And this list does not include all of those who have been disappeared, tortured, abused, and ripped from their homes by this fascist, racist administration. beloved community members, whether we know their names or not. We are here to mourn, to grieve, to lean on one another, and to know that we are not alone in the anger and the pain that we are feeling. We are also here to imagine and start building a world free from this terror.
That's right.
Specifically, we are here at City Hall, facing Philadelphia's main criminal court, because over 100 of our neighbors have been kidnapped by ICE while leaving this building in 2025 alone. Some of our elected officials are here tonight, and many of them are rushing to put out statements condemning the murder of Renee Good. To those elected officials we say, we cannot wait.
Come on!
Person murdered with impunity. If you do not act, it will happen here. And if you do not act, ICE will continue to kidnap and disappear members of our community every single day. We've heard a lot of talk, promises that the sheriff's office doesn't collaborate with ICE, threats to arrest and prosecute ICE officers. But we're standing here today because talk is not good enough. If the murder of Renee Good shocked you to your core the way that it shocked all of us, then do more. Be brave and know that we will not let up until every single ICE agent is out of our city. To everyone else, look around. This is your organizing community. These are the people who are ready to stand up and take action to protect our neighbors and our city. The people and organizations here are already doing amazing work, from training up on our rights, to canvassing businesses around the city, to tracking ICE kidnappings, to pressuring city officials, to planning protests and vigils like this one, and so much more. There are sheets being handed around. There are sheets being handed around with next steps and other options to get plugged in. If we're out, ask somebody next to you if you can take a picture of one, and please share. It will take all of us to stop this. No ICE Philly's next meeting is on Wednesday, January 21st from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Friends Center, which is just a few blocks away from here. We hope to see you there. In the meantime, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the struggle with us. And please, keep showing up for the world that we all deserve.
Next, I want to invite up Asia Jones, the Advocacy Projects Director for CARE Philly. Careful. And for folks who are trying to use the stage as a place to cross, there's not really a better option, I'll be honest, but go ahead, Asia.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and assalamu alaikum. My name is Asia Jones. I am the Advocacy Projects Director at the Council on American Islamic Relations, better known as CARE Philadelphia. We are gathered here tonight in grief, but also in shared responsibility, because lives have been lost and because silence has never protected our communities. Tonight, we mourn people killed by ICE violence, violence that is systematic, preventable, and ongoing. This includes people who have died in ICE custody, like Imam Fuad Saeed Abdul Qadir, right here in Pennsylvania. It includes the killing of Renee Good in Minnesota that brought us here today. These are not isolated incidents. This week, the federal government drastically increased ICE's presence in Minneapolis, deploying thousands of agents not in response to a public safety emergency, but as a political agenda that has repeatedly singled out immigrants, and particularly Somalis, as a problem to be controlled. That escalation didn't target just one community. It destabilized an entire city. And when federal power floods local neighborhoods without accountability, people get hurt. People get killed. This is how ICE violence works. It is not accidental. It is the predictable result of policies rooted in fear, racism, and Islamophobia. Policies that certain communities are suspected as default. ICE claims that its mission is safety, but there is nothing safe about raids, detention, or death in custody. At CARE, our focus is simple: keeping our communities safe. Safe from state violence, safe from discrimination, and safe from systems that value enforcement over human life. We reject the lie that enforcement equals safety. Real safety comes from dignity, transparency, and the protection of basic human rights. So tonight, we grieve together, but we also stand together. We commit to organizing, to protecting our neighbors, and to demanding an end to unjust ICE policies that keep turning mourning into routine. May we honor those we've lost by refusing to accept this as normal, and may our solidarity be stronger than the violence that brought us here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Asia. Thank you to everyone at CARE. Thank you to all of you so much for being here. We've got a couple more speakers. I want you all to, if it's possible, our safety team is asking if you could just become a little more friendly with your neighbor and scoot in just a little bit. With consent, just scoot a little bit closer. Renee, good. And as folks are coming in, I want to say that
What's her name?
Renee, good.
What's her name?
Renee, good.
What's her name?
Renee, good. Renee, good.
Say her name.
Renee, good. All right, I want to say to everyone here, if you can scoot closer, that's great. And I want to say that every single person here is welcome, regardless of your background, regardless of your religious faith, regardless of your organizing community. And I want to say that we know that there are ICE agents in the crowd. And I want to say, I don't care if you're here, because we're not scared of you. You could be here, you could try to surveil us and watch us and scare us. You could shoot legal observers. You cannot kill a movement. And finally, I want to say to the lovely, we called out the elected officials earlier, many of them are standing right behind me. I want you to take a look at this crowd and say that when you do act, when you do take action to protect us, this is the crowd that will have your back. We are counting on you. And we're watching. So now I want to invite Vivian up from AAU, who's going to be reading a statement from Adriana Torres Garcia, who's the Deputy Director of the Free Migration Project.
Thank you, everyone. So Adriana couldn't be with us here today, but she wanted to send in a statement. And Adriana Torres Garcia is the Deputy Director of Free Migration Project. They have been doing critical work, trying to shut down Moshannon Valley, which is a fucking disgusting detention center. Like, it's criminal, literally. And, you know, this is an organization that really has brought a lot of us together, and they are focusing on some of these, like, these are literal people who have, as you've heard, they've been murdered, they've been disappeared. These are our neighbors, these are our people. So from Adriana, our organizational mission is rooted in the belief that freedom of movement is a basic human right. We envision a world where migration is not met with cages, guns, or fear, but with dignity and care. That is why we condemn the killing of Renee Nicole Good, a 37-year-old wife and mother and a queer community member, by an ICE agent in Minneapolis yesterday. We demand the removal of ICE agents from our streets and our communities. Yes. We reject attempts to justify this violence through false and dehumanizing narratives. As Minneapolis city leaders and eyewitnesses have stated, ICE's claims of self-defense are deeply disputed. Bullshit, yeah. Pretty much. And these lies echo a familiar pattern of federal immigration enforcement using unchecked power, then blaming the very communities that they're terrorizing. Fascism, that's right. This killing did not happen in isolation. It occurred amid a massive escalation of ICE and Border Patrol operations. These are designed to intimidate, criminalize, destabilize our communities, and chief among them, immigrant communities. ICE and Border Patrol endanger our communities, and they are a direct risk to our lives. These are agencies designed as a deportation force that operate with impunity, secrecy, and violence, tearing our families apart and now taking lives in the streets. Time and again, ICE relies on racist tropes, labeling people as rioters, quote-unquote terrorists, criminals, to justify extreme force and to suppress dissent. These tactics mirror the same systems of state violence that we see in policing, incarceration, and border enforcement. All violence, state violence. The events in Minneapolis underscore what communities across the country already know. ICE and Border Patrol cannot be reformed. They must be abolished. This is me adding. It's not just fuck ICE, it's abolish ICE. Free Migration Project is in solidarity with its victims' loved ones, with Minneapolis leaders demanding that ICE lead their city, with immigrant communities everywhere who deserve safety, freedom, and the right to live without terror from the state. Thank you.
All right, you want it? Renee Good!
One more. Say her name.
Renee Good!
Say her name.
Renee Good!
Now this time when you say her name, I want you to think of every invisible mother whose names we don't know, whose lives were also stolen and taken from us. Every black mother, every brown mother, every indigenous mother. For centuries over centuries, every name, every single name of every mother who would stand between the ghouls and the death cult that is ICE and their child. Every caregiver stolen from us and stolen from their children. When you say Renee Nicole Good, I want you to think of her, but I want you to think of the thousands and thousands, generations of caregivers and freedom fighters who lived and died and were disappeared from us so that we could stand here and fight for their futures, their children, our children. It is not lost on me that the action of say her name comes from the loss and the death and the murder of black women and brown women and indigenous women. Okay? That practice comes from the loss of black and brown bodies. Those are the roots from which that chant rises. Okay? So if we're going to do it, and best believe I want to do it, you need to know the bodies that these people want to step over, that instead we will exalt with our just rage and our grief and our commitment to a future we all belong to. Because Renee Nicole Good did not mean to stare her death in the face when that man shot through her windshield and stole her from her children. That was not her plan that day. But I know she would have done it for her 3 children, and I know the thousands upon thousands, the generations of women and parents and caregivers who would have done the same. So we chant for them, and we fight for them, and we move for them, and we get braver for them. Yes? So say her name, and when you say it with that truth at your back, with that truth at the core of you, with the truth on the front of your heart that you carry forward. Because when we move from here, it's not enough to rally, it's not enough to vigil, right? We have to act and organize for each other, belong to each other, as if Renee Nicole Good were our mother, were our daughter, right? As if every single person, the 35 lost to us this year, right? That they're our own flesh and blood because we are not separate from each other. Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. I want to offer a song and then I want to sing together. Can we do that? Brevity is not my skill, but I'm going to do my best. For those children who are without their mother tonight and last night. For all children torn from the arms of their loving parents by these institutions that do not need to exist, should not exist, and will not exist, inshallah, because we will tear them down. There is a world beyond policing and prisons. There's a world beyond ICE. There's a world beyond fascism, terrorism. It's a world that we belong to because we belong to each other. But it's hard to believe that on days like today and yesterday. It's hard to believe that when you feel helpless as your community is torn from you. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a mother.